All right, what's up, kinfolk? Today is Thursday, September 25th, and we are back with day 4 of Kenya. So today, I'm gonna show y'all how to book a $1,300 trip, including flight, accommodations, and excursions to Kenya. How that sound? Now, I'm doing this because we think that, and it's true a lot of times that Africa is so expensive, and it feels like it's almost impossible to get to, especially if you are looking at the Dirty December prices right now. Months ago, it was like I think the cheapest flights were $2,500 months ago. And these aren't nonstop flights. These are just basic economy with at least one layover. My mom paid over $2,200 to go to Ghana in December, and she had two layovers. So, yes, it definitely can feel like it is so expensive to go. And if you are looking up safaris that are $7,000, $10,000, $14,000, it's like, yo, I gotta, sell a kidney to get to Africa. But that's not really the case for real. So I'm going to show you guys. If you watch the Connect in the morning, you would have seen that we have this tier system that shows you how much you can spend relatively if you go to Kenya, right? And so this is exclusively for Kenya. It's on Kenya's page, and that's under budget and currency. And we have a budget and currency section for all of the countries that are posted. And of course, we don't have all 54 countries listed today, but soon come. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Kenya's page, and I'm going to show you guys that tier system so that you can see how much you could expect to pay. And this is not during December. This is not, oh, I booked a flight tonight and I'm going tomorrow, which I have done on many, well, not on many occasions, but I book last minute flights often. But I booked a flight Tuesday night at 9:30 and was at the airport the next morning. I think my flight was like $900. So it's not always super, super crazy expensive. Of course, it matters where you come from. I'm a Cali girl. So if I'm flying from California, it's always going to be a longer trip because there are no direct flights to African countries from California. I can go straight to Dubai, right? And then come back. But usually flying out of JFK will have straight flights. Atlanta, I don't think has straight flights from Atlanta, but Atlanta is much closer. I don't have to go all the way to the East Coast and then to Africa, or all the way to Europe and then to Africa, or all the way to West Asia, because we're no longer staying in the Middle East, all the way to West Asia and then backtrack and come to go to Africa, right? So, with that being said, this is not for every single person, every single trip, 365 days a year. I'm just showing you how to do it because it's possible. So I'm going to present my screen so that you can see everything that I'm talking about and you can do this with me. Now, last night I was having major issues with Expedia. So if you guys don't know, I have a partnership through Expedia. So if you guys book accommodations or flights through connectmetoafrica.com, it is actually through Expedia. And if you book any of the excursions right now, I don't have my own multi-vendor marketplace. So it is not all of the travel providers that I know and all the ones that are registered through the governments of each African country. It is all of the profiles are from viator.com. And so, with that being said, we are going to use Expedia's page, but of course, we're going to go through connectmetoafrica.com. One, because that's how actually you're getting the information to go. So, why not help your girl out? And two, because it just is making it quicker and simple for you. So, let's go ahead and add my screen to the stage so that you can see where we are. Connectmetoafrica.com/country/Kenya. So, here we are going to scroll down and I'm just going to jump straight to travel guide and requirements. And then from here, I'm going to click on budget and currency. So we see, I'm going to see if I can zoom in a bit for you. All right. So we have the three tiers: leisure, lavish, and luxury. So leisure is like we're just going, we're not doing any like weddings or big events. We are trying to stay within a budget, or we have limited resources and limited funds. The cheapest experience that I feel you can have. Now, you can do this cheaper if you stay with someone. You can do this cheaper if you do hostels. You can do this cheaper if you do backpacking. But the way that I'm going to show you today, and if you book it through connectmetoafrica.com, this says $1,300, $1,300. How many of you guys have paid a $600 flight from like the West Coast to the East Coast? And people think that I'm snobby, but I'm not. When I say I've been to more countries than states, I'm not about to spend the amount of money that I would spend to fly to a totally different continent to go to a different state in this country. Like, that's just wild to me. So, for $1,300, you can do one city, that would be Nairobi. You can stay for 4 nights, $1,300. And what does it include? This is 2 or 3-star hotel. That's accommodations. It includes economy flights and it includes excursions. $1,300. Flight, accommodations, excursions, right? Now, if you do, and it says leisure can be like the most expensive kind of leisurely trip, and this is you're flying economy, you're staying in budget hotels, you're not doing anything like private and this and that. So that experience can be up to, and it can really exceed this depending, but we have it about $5,500 if you wanted to stay in 2 cities and you stayed 13 nights. So now you're there for 2 weeks. And this is again 2 or 3-star hotel with economy flight and excursions, right? So now for those of us who got a little more coin, we want to have a little better experience. Well, here we go. If you want more of a lavish experience, we have starting out minimum $7,500. What's the difference? It's still one city, 4 nights. Still same thing. Nairobi for 4 nights. But instead of 2 and 3-star hotels, you're in a 4-star hotel. Instead of economy flight, you're in a business class flight. And you still have your excursions. Okay. So that you can have a really great experience with business class flights, which we know are way more expensive, for $7,500. Okay, including flight, hotel, and excursions, where some people charge thousands more than this just for the safari, right? Okay, which of course the accommodations are usually included in that as part of it, and then now it goes up to 15,000. Then for our luxurious people, honey, the ones with the unlimited funds are the ones who saved up for this because this is a bucket list experience and they are going to go all out. So for our luxury travelers, starting at 2,000, that's a lie. Starting at $23,000. This is plus, so 23,000 and up. So starting at $23,000, that's one city, 4 nights. This time you're in a 5-star hotel with first class flights and excursions. Okay. So again, today I'm going to be showing you how to book a trip to Kenya for $1,300 with hotel, flight, and excursions included. Hopefully, we won't have any issues today. So, view packages. You're going to click on Expedia and then you're going to go to packages. Now, where are you flying from? I'm just going to make this easy for us and put JFK. I can close this for right now because my computer is old and it's taking a long time for me to be real delayed. So bear with me. Thank you for your patience. And we are going straight to Nairobi. And we are looking at economy flights because we are in our leisure package. Now, I'm just going to choose random dates. I don't want to choose a date that's too close right now, and we have the holidays coming up. So I'm just going to skip to 2026. And January tends to slow down right around the middle, but I'm going to just go with February because there's not a lot going on here. Now, for those of you who haven't traveled internationally, or just to make sure, even if you have, just something that you need to make sure. If I am leaving on Monday, if my flight leaves on Monday, February 2nd, I'm not going to arrive in Nairobi probably until the 3rd. You might be able to get like a midnight flight, 1 a.m. flight or something. If you are on a red eye, you might, and you're going nonstop from where is it? JFK. You might be able to get there, right? But usually, if I'm flying out on a Monday, I'm probably not arriving until the 3rd. So those 4 nights does not include the 2nd because the 2nd I'm traveling. my 4 nights are my 4 nights actually staying in Nairobi. So we start with the third. So that's 1 night, 2 night, 3 nights. 4 nights would be the seventh, right? Checking out on the seventh. And we're going to do one traveler because I want you guys to see how much it's going to cost for one person. And you can always add more people to that, already knowing how much it's going to be from for one person. Then we're going to get our search results. And from there, we're going to need to filter out some things. And let's see how long this is going to take. Thank you. So there are a couple of things. We want to say 2 and 3 star. Why? Because we've already identified that 2 and 3 stars is within our leisure budget. A 4-star hotel is not within the leisure budget. You can book a 4-star hotel, 1000%. I'm not telling you not to. All I'm saying is if you want that $1,300 price, you are probably not going to book a 4-star hotel, right? And you can, but maybe you book the 4-star hotel and then your flight is not included. Maybe you book the 4-star hotel and your excursions are not included. But remember, I am showing you how to get it all, honey, your whole entire trip to Kenya for $1,300. So we're going to do 2 stars and 3 stars. I'm going to choose Nairobi because I am a visitor. I don't want to be on the outskirts anywhere. I want to be dead smack center where everything is. So I want to be close. And there is ride sharing available out there, Uber and all that. So that's not going to be an issue. And me personally, I like 8-star and up for reviews, or not 8-star, but 8 out of 10 and up for reviews. Even if it's a 2-star, it needs to be a good 2-star. And I don't stay at 2 stars, no shade to 2 stars, but I'm just saying anywhere that I stay, I would like for it to have 8 and up. But this might be like 7.8, or it might be 7.9 or something. So I don't want to exclude that. Now I have all of my filters. I'm still going to leave it as sort by recommended because there's a reason why they recommend certain places. Maybe more people stay there, blah, 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 blah. Okay, bet. What was our goal? To have flights, accommodations, and excursions for less than or equal to $1,300. So what I don't want to do is have this package, which this includes, it says $1,130 for the total package, which is flight and stay. That's accommodations and flight. But I need space for my accommodations. This only gives me $170 for excursion. And I want to have a little bit more money than that available for my excursions. So I am going to attempt to book a place for less than $1,000. This Best Western is 3.5 stars. It says 9.2. And what's crazy is I stayed at this Best Western. I think it was like $75 a night or something like that. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure I stayed at this one because it was Upper Hill. And we had issues with them because they told me that everything was paid for and they stamped paid in full on my receipt. I always get my receipt. I don't know how y'all leave hotels and y'all don't get no receipt, but I got my receipt with a stamp, paid in full with the date and everything. And then they harassed me for weeks saying that I owed them money. And I'm like, I got the paper right here. It says paid in full. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So fully refundable and all that stuff, but it's a little bit too high for me. I want more money for my excursion. So all I'm thinking about right now is excursions again, because this includes flights and hotel. But also remember that there are certain flights. There might be a flight that's going to be a little bit more. It's a comparison site. So I might see a flight that I like and it's $50 more, or it's $100 or $200 more. So if I get the 1156 package, then I need to add an extra 100 for the flight that I want. Maybe it's a nonstop or it leaves at a better time. Then I only have like 30 something dollars left, 40 something dollars left for my excursion. So I'm thinking about all of these things as I am going through and saying, I don't want to spend more than $1,000, right? So I'm going to scroll until I see something. Now, the Javelin Eagle Safari Guest House, it's 3.5 stars. 8 out of 10 from 19 reviews. That sounds really good. And then we have the Sochati, I'm guessing Casa Resort. That's 3 stars and it's 8.2, 31 reviews, right? Okay, both of these look really good. I can scroll some more. If you feel like there's other places that you want to check out, you can. That's your right. You can look through some of the photos, whatever. For the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and just choose the Sachati Casa. I've already done. So what I would do next is I would click on it and then I would check and see where it's located. Where is it on the map? You see what I'm saying? Now I'm having issues with Expedia. I don't know why it's like been doing this since last night. I've never had issues with Expedia ever in life. But now when I say that I want to do this like live session, all of a sudden I'm having issues with it. So I might have to, if it's not going to open, I'm going to have to cut this short. But anyway, so we can see that from here for $989, we can get hotel, flight. There we go. Hotel plus flight for $989, right? Okay. So let's just say we're going to go with the flight that is included in this and that we don't need to add any more money to it. Then, fine, we can do that. And if I can get this together like in a different browser, I'll try to do that. But I did that already. Erased all my cookies, cleared my cache, my browser history, everything. I did that several times between last night and today. So I really don't know why it's tripping, but that's okay. So now what we're going to do, our goal is to stay under $1,300. This is $989, right? So I have 300 basically like $300. Really, it's like $311. I'm going to go to excursion. I'm going to type in Kenya. And one thing I want to point out about the filter system on connectmetoafrica.com, if you are in a country page and you go to explore all, it's going to be filtered automatically for the country that you selected. However, if you want to go in and put your dates, your duration, your price, your rating, or whatever, you absolutely have to make sure that you have added the country here. Because if you just filter it out and you didn't add a country, it's just going to be for all 54 countries, right? So I'm adding Kenya here. I'm not going to worry about the dates right now because I don't need to. I'm going to show you guys how much the excursions are. And then from there, we can do like the dates if we want. But for the most part, these are typically offered, like most places are offering their tours like year round. So I'm just not going to waste time doing that. But I know I need to stay under $300. So I'm going to set like somewhere around $300 as my max. That way I can see what options I have and how many excursions I can book, right? So we have this Nairobi day trip. That's an island game park. That seems cute, $225. That's only going to give me one excursion for one day, and it's going to leave me with about $80 left. So I want a little bit more than that, right? Because it has no reviews. Half day private guided safari tour to Nairobi National Park, $200. Ooh, that's looking a little steep, but I would love a half day private guided safari tour. Like if I'm going to a place for the food, the culture, the people, and I'm like, I'm not going specifically for a safari, but I can get a little safari experience for like a day or a half a day. Sign me up for that. I'm just not about to be in the savannah for 8 days. I mean, maybe I'll do it once in life, but that's just not my vibe, right? So this is one that like I can favorite and come back to. So we can log in and then I can favorite it and then I can come back to it later. We also have the small group tour in Shimba. So remember, this is Diani Beach. Diani Beach is in Mombasa. We are doing one city for 4 days. We're only in Nairobi. So in order to stay within that $1,300, we have to find something that is in Nairobi. So we have the 1 day tour to the Masai Mara Game Reserve. So there's all these different ones. This is another Nairobi National Park. Now this one is, we can check, we can click on it and see the difference. But this one's $150. The other one that we clicked on was $200. If they're gonna be about the same, I might book the one that's 50. Why? Because I'm trying to stay within that $1,300, right? Okay, bam. So this one has no reviews. That's something that I would look at. It's 4 hours, so that's like a half a day, something I would consider. And so I'm just going through and seeing, do I want to do a cooking class? That's only $100. I still got $200 left. Do I want to do the airport layover tour? Well, I don't have a layover. So I can still join the airport layover tour, but I don't have a layover. So maybe I want to go to Nairobi National Park and the Giraffe Center for a different amount of time or something. So it's like you just go through and kind of see what you want to do, but you see that you have options. If I book something that's $130, this is to the lake, I still have like $180 left, right? Because we were at $989. So cool, bam. all of these different options. We can go to the Kibera slums and Bomas of Kenya. Bomas of Kenya for me is like a must do, must do, must do. I absolutely love Bomas of Kenya. I'm not really interested in checking out slums. Like, you don't need to go show me how poor people are. That's just not my vibe. But you can do that for $115. So with that, you can do this one. And because we have over $300, I can book this one to the slums and Bomas of Kenya. And also, I can book the one that I favorited earlier. So I'm gonna favorite this. And then I'm gonna go to my favorites. So my favorites from today. Oh, there's a few different ones. There's the Maasai Village Experience Day Tour. That's only $100. There's the Giraffe Center, Elephant Orphanage, the Bead Center, and Bomas of Kenya for $135. I would probably do this, the Giraffe Center, Elephant Orphanage, Bead Center, and Bomas of Kenya over Bomas of Kenya in the slum, right? So it's only like $20 more. So I would book Giraffe Center. So let's get our calculator. All right, so now we have $989 plus, I'm gonna do this one for $135 plus, which other one do we want to do? So we're at $1,124. We have $276 left. For $276 left, I'm also going to add that Maasai Village Experience Tour. So now I have oh, I'm going too far. This is 115. Did I do my math wrong? We were at 1124. 1124. Yeah, we're good. And if I do this one for 1115, that takes me to $1,339. And let me show y'all because I want to make sure. So this is 115 and this is 135. I want to make sure y'all can see. So here again, our flight plus our stay is $989. So we're going to do $989 plus the 115. That takes us to $1,104. So we still have a little shy of $200. We have $196 plus 135. That takes me to $1,239. Okay, I was like, my math sometimes don't be math, right? So we're at $1,239. I still have $61. And I can add a whole another excursion, or I can add airport pickup, or I can add there was another thing that we can't see because Expedia is hating on us, but they had a little a walking tour for like $40. So I can add that walking tour for $40. So we got the Giraffe Center, Bomas of Kenya, the Bead Center, the Elephant Orphanage, the I didn't add the Maasai Village one. I added this one. So my math wasn't mathing. I did 115 instead of 100. So really we have even 15 more dollars left. So that's Giraffe Center, Elephant Orphanage, Bead Center, Bomas of Kenya, Maasai Village. And I still have enough money to book the walking tour of Nairobi City if I want to do that. That is 6 excursions. 6 plus flight and hotel for under $1,300 from the US to Kenya. All booked through connectmetoafrica.com. Yes or no? Do we do that or do we not do that? Listen, yes, it can be expensive, but it does not have to be. It does not have to be. It does not have to be. So I don't know why this was tripping. I apologize that I couldn't really like sit up here and walk through every single step of this with you guys. I did do a test run last night and it was tripping. And I'm not sure why it was tripping. I was like, I hope it works today. And it just is not working. And that's okay too. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll see if maybe Expedia might be down or something. I literally have no clue. So if I am able to do another video where we walk through all of it, because the only thing that you didn't see was being able to compare your flights. So once you select your hotel, because it says includes flight and stay, you will be able to select which airline you want and what time you want. And that will either say $0, like it's already included, or it will tell you how much it is for that package. So some of them are like $26. Oh yeah, we got $26 bet, right? So with that 60, like $1 or however much we had left, it's like, oh, well, maybe I can just get a flight that leaves at a better time. I don't want to land at 10 p.m. I would rather land at 9 in the morning, drop my bags off, and have that whole day to enjoy the city, right? So it just kind of depends on your preference. So that is what we weren't able to walk to through today. But that's it. If y'all have any questions, let me know. But yeah, if y'all trying to get to Africa, we can make it happen. It does not have to be hard and complicated, and you can do everything on connectmetoafrica.com. It's easy, breezy, beautiful cover girl. Okay, like that. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see y'all later. Tomorrow is our last day talking about Kenya, and I'm going to go through some of the places that I have been, some of the experiences that I've liked, some of the excursions that you guys can choose. Like today, we kind of picked them based off of price, but we're going to go through tomorrow and like look at excursions and not only focus on Nairobi. Today, we were just trying to get the cheapest package that we could get to go to Kenya. So we're going to focus on other places outside of Nairobi tomorrow, and we're not going to be with that like $300 limit. So that's going to be fun. And now that you guys already know how to book them, y'all can go shop through excursions, flights, and hotels. All right. And I hope Expedia ain't tripping for y'all because it's been tripping for me. And I don't know why. But yeah, that's it. See y'all later. Have an amazing day. Bye.